What's up? Where's the one on TIMTVNYC 24 hours? CEO Timothy C. Bowden. We have another fire episode. Special guest Darlene Lewis, New York City, stand up. It's gonna be another fire interview. The last interview was fire. You already know, with Angie Davis. Topic was alopecia and how we can overcome it. Fire interview. This interview today, we're going to be talking about film production, what it takes to publish a book, how to encourage others to do a book tour, and that type of nature. Once again, special guest for this interview on TIMTVNYC 24 hours is the one and only Darlene Lewis. And in the meanwhile, everybody's getting ready. Tune in. It's going to be a great interview. I'm about to send Darlene Lewis the invite right now so she could get onto the screen. And we're going to approve it. Request. I'm going to start this interview. And we're going to have a great time. And once again, thank you all for tuning in to TIMTVNYC 24 hours. And we're going to have a great interview. And it's going to be a great one. And meanwhile, everybody tune in. We're going to have some good times, some good laughs, some good communication. And, you know, like we always do.
I'm trying to join.
I see you.
God, this is ridiculous. Hey.
I see you. That's all that matters. We here. Yes.
But see, I can't be seen. This is not the setup I wanted. I wanted to be, you know, with my light and everything.
I see you right now. You just popped up right now.
Hey, Tim, finally, right?
How you doing, Mrs. Darlene? It's such an honor, Darlene Lewis. Always encouraging people. It's an honor.
You know what's so funny? Yeah. God, my head is huge. Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. What's really funny is that you are the nephew to my producer mentor, Donald D. It's crazy.
Uncle Donald D. Wow. Legendary. Wow.
I mean, okay. What year were you born?
1985.
Yeah, so you was one. You were one. Wow. When I worked with Donald D. That's crazy.
Wow. Tell me something about that.
Huh?
Tell me something about that.
Well, it's funny because first of all, Donald D had a baby named Donisha, who was the daughter to my cousin Lisa's best friend, Val. So I met Donald first through Val, and then second. That was the second time I met. But the first time I met him, I was in 10th grade, and it was a guy in my class named Mike G. I don't know if you know him, Michael Goodhoe. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he was like very flamboyant, cute guy, used to rap. We used to be making beats on the table. And he was like, I'm down with this group. But they had another name. I know it was Outcash, B-Feds. It'll come to me. But anyway, he said he was rapping and, you know, he doing a record, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is 1975, okay?
Okay.
So I'm trying to tell you, like, and then the third time I met Miss V because I was producing and Donald D wanted to use the singer Melissa Thomas that I was managing because they wanted to replace Taj. Cause no, not Taj. They wanted to replace the other girl because there used to be another girl in that group, SWV. She couldn't really sing like them.
Wow, I never knew that.
And so your grandmother originally had them. And Donald kind of snatched them from her. and the rest is history. But she was the one that put the group together. So Melissa couldn't learn the song. The song was called the Right Time or something like that. It's the title of their first CD. He produced it. I used to be in the studio with Donald D, like giving him ideas. He showed me how to label and work the boards.
Wow.
He needed motivation. He never left that studio. Like he would like send people to go get water, food, and he just always was in the studio. And Donald D had budgets. Like we would be in big studios like Quad, Hit Factory. Like these kids out here now, they're just getting a taste of like that. But Donald was getting those really good you know, studios, and we had such a good time. I mean, I worked with him when he was working on Myra Jones stuff. Leroy, what was his name? Omar Chandler.
Wow.
Who actually sang with Rob Bass. That's the original voice on Joy and Pain. And Steel Pulse, this rap group, this reggae group. And then he started working with Octavia. Then he started working with Elise Simmons.
I love that song with Elise Simmons. That's one of my top ones too. I love how that come on.
I want to be your I want to be your lover. I booked her dances for her. I had on my show.
The two twins?
No, before them.
Oh.
Before there was this guy, little dancer. He lived in Atlanta now. But anyway, you know, that was a long time ago. That was like 85, 86, because I had a cable show. This was before MTV Raps and BET Rap City. So I had Donald D on there. Then I got B Fats on there.
Wow.
Al Cash. Of course, Mike G. And the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Then I did the obituary actually for Donald D. Funeral.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah, because your grandmother was like, she was just really, really disheveled. And she didn't have nobody to help her do the obituary. So I did the obituary. And Melissa sang at the funeral.
Wow.
And the only reason why Melissa wasn't in SWV is because Melissa was hanging out with Brian McKnight the day before she's supposed to learn the song. And her voice was raspy. And we was out in Long Island somewhere, and Donald was so pissed off. He was like, "You don't know the song?" And we just... So she would have been on that. She would have been the third member of SWV.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but we used to have our little meetings in Harlem World, this spot. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a legendary spot on 116th Street. Everybody know about Harlem World. So if you do the math, do the research. But anyway, so you know, that's what that was about. You know, he passed away. It was really sad. You know, it was he passed away, and you know, I just moved on because I was in a group, and with Mitch Green's girlfriend. She wasn't too serious. We had deals with Teddy Riley's manager, Gene Griffin, but he had like this bogus contract, so we didn't sign it. So I said, you know, I'm just gonna focus on the video show, and I'm not even going to deal with being an artist. So I started managing Melissa again, and then I got her on the New Jack City soundtrack on the song Flash produced. And I got her to, you know, she was singing background with a lot of people, Full Force, Dr. Ice, but she didn't want to sign a deal. I had an offer for a girl group. She didn't want to sing with them. So she just wound up going on, moving on with And she wound up being the youngest singer with this doo-wop group called the Crystals. You know, they're a 50s group. They do all type of shows. So she wound up going in and out the country anyway and traveling with a doo-wop group. You know, like you be seeing them like on Channel 13 and all them type of
the classics.
yeah. So she still wound up becoming a recording artist. But she's an incredible singer. She still look good. You know, I discovered her at my job. She was 18. She has an 8-octave range. She was singing German, Italian. She plays the piano. And so she's out now. She when she's not singing with the Crystals, she's selling real estate in Austin, Texas. So she making money. But she's traveled the world more than any recording artist that's out. But if you listen to the New Jack City soundtrack, you heard of it from the movie New Jack City?
I got it. I got the New Jack City movie poster on my wall in my house in the Bronx. So when I get back to the house, I'm gonna take a picture and you can tell me the thing, because it folds out.
The song is called Lyrics to the Rhythm.
Lyrics to the Rhythm, okay. And
Grandmaster Flash produced the song. And it's a rapper on there named Essence. And Melissa's singing the hook.
You're absolutely right. Because Grandmaster Flash used to mix with Donald D beats or something?
Well, Grandmaster Flash is part of the Furious Five. They're in the Hall of Fame right now. Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash. You got to do the research on your history. Because these are legends. These are legends.
Right.
You know, but I had to take him to court because he had took her voice. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very clear.
You know, this music industry is real crazy. So when I got into the music industry, it was basically on a business level, because Don C used to say, everybody gets raped in the music industry. You just got to learn how to deal with the pain. So, you know, I came into the music industry on a business level because I had to take my friend Grandmaster Flash through the union, because he had took Melissa's voice and put her on the New Jack City soundtrack without our permission and without paying her. And my friend Reggie Reg, who was one of the 3 managers of Mary J. Blige at the time, he was trying to do his own thing. It was Kurt Woodley, Charlie Davis, and Reggie Johnson. So I had Reggie working with me with Melissa, trying to get her a deal or whatever. My mother was dying from cancer, so I wasn't really focused. You know, I was running back and forth to the hospital with her. And so I let Melissa, you know, tag along. And then they had her sing, you know, but she didn't know they was recording.
Oh, I see that part.
And what happened was her sister is a fire, like the first firewoman of Syracuse. And she was at Syracuse University and heard the radio show play a song. And it was Lyrics to the Rhythm. And she called Melissa and she said, you know, there's this girl that's singing on this record called Lyrics to the Rhythm on the New Jack City soundtrack. She sounds just like you. So we went to Tower Records. That's when it was record stores. This was like 1990. And we saw the album Lyrics to the Rhythm, but we didn't see her name on the credit. So we asked the store people, can we play it? And because we said, well, she's the one on here singing. So we lied and said she was Essence so that he would play it. And she sang the whole hook. And we was hurt. We was like, that's it. So what I did was, I remember Donald D saying, you got, if whenever there's a recording, there's a budget for singers. If you're not in the union, you know, you can't get paid. So I joined Abstra. We called them and told them what happened. And then I went to Giant Records and I was like, I'm her lawyer. I lied.
Period.
I was her manager, but I felt so bad because I you know, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know Reggie was so naive, you know. So I wound up getting 5 G's because I'm like, you know, you can't just take her voice like that, you know. Like she needed her money, so we got $5,000,
Right.
and all
Right.
she did was
Period.
sing the hook. She wasn't. So from that, everything's business. Everything, like
Right.
you know, everything we did was contracts, you know. And I tell people all the time, you know, this music industry, they be on some dirty stuff. Now they got these 360 deals where they take in your publishing, your royalties, your mechanicals, your show money. You can't do anything. And you can't trace them because now everything is monetized through streaming. It's really crazy. Like, the music industry is for suckers. For real. People be better off just putting their own stuff out.
Independent.
Their own thing, you know. But yeah. So, you know, but I mean, I had some good moments in the music industry. You know, I missed Santa on the Rooftop Records Christmas album with B Fats. I don't know if you ever seen that.
Wow.
1986. Greg, you knew Greg, the one that started the EBC basketball thing?
Gregory Bowden or the other one?
Greg
Lawrence. Gregory Lawrence.
Marius. You ever go to the Rucker?
Yes, I go to Rucker. Are you talking about with the gray hair? You bald-headed?
No, that's Gusto.
Oh.
But Greg is the one that started EBC, Entertainers Basketball Classics. But Greg just died a couple of years ago from cancer.
That's the one they named after him, right?
They named the park after him. So
yeah, I need to talk about.
What happens was, because he was so
great. He's a dark skin guy, right?
Well, he became dark because he had got sick.
Okay.
But he's grateful that I had him on my show. Put me on the album. So if you look at the Christmas album from 1986, Rooftop Records, I'm Mrs. Santa. We in a red BMW convertible, and I put my beeper on on Santa's hat, and then I'm holding the reindeer. The girls is the elves. It's crazy. The concept is crazy.
I'm about to say the concept sounds crazy. Sound lit.
And then my friend Charlie Murphy, peace be upon him, Eddie Murphy brother, he stole the concept for a movie he did. And I called Greg. I said, Greg, you know, Charlie, I don't know, they stole your idea about the Christmas album. He was pissed. Greg was pissed. Because I was like, even down to the green ribbons and the outfits that the girls wore, I was like,
what? Yeah.
I'm telling you, you can't do nothing without somebody in this music industry robbing you. Crazy. But anyway, you know, it's been a rough ride, but I've been able to stay afloat because I do my own thing. You know, I turn down contracts, modeling contracts, record contracts. I do my own thing. I own all my video footage from the 80s. And a couple of days ago, my book, Hip Hop Before the Bling, was chosen to be in the new Hip Hop Museum.
Wow,
you know,
that's a blessing.
Universal Hip Hop. So I'm like, at least when I'm dead and gone, you know, my stories.
Your legacy, you know, your story, you know that. Yes.
I mentioned Donald D. I mentioned all type of stuff in the book. And because, you know, I wrote that book, Hip Hop Before the Bling, because people be lying about the origins of hip hop. Making it seem like hip hop started like in the 90s. And I'm like, no, these people were my friends. Like, they're like 50 and 60 years old, the pioneers, you know? And a lot of them are poor. A lot of them are broke. A lot of them wound up doing drugs. A lot of them got robbed in the music industry because they was young and they didn't really know the business. So, but anyway, that's then. But you know, now I got some things going on.
It's an honor. Thank you for breaking the ice.
Huh?
I said it's an honor. Thank you for breaking the ice and letting the people that's watching know the beginnings, you know?
Yeah, you know, because somebody got to tell the truth.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they talk about the Bronx. Yeah, I was in the Bronx back and forth. But Harlem had, you know, some really great pioneers, like your family. You know, your grandmother is legendary. And you know, I always give people their flowers when they're alive. So, you know, I wound up working with your grandmother, like with DL2. Well, first they was called the Meows, Lindsay and Diamond. I really
Wow.
believed in them. And I have footage of them performing on my TV show. Very talented. I was very disappointed when they broke up.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, they were incredible. Incredible. And I was like, I don't know, you know.
Battery is low.
I got them in a movie. I don't know. I just don't know. You know, I think that if they would have had like management, are you there?
Yeah, let me turn this
Okay.
light off. I'm listening.
If they would have had like a booking agent, they would have been out of here. You know, I think Diamond is still trying to rap, but I just feel like she was so talented, man. Like she was 16, she was incredible. But once you know, Miss V decided not to like push them in a commercial way, I said, you know what, this was my last attempt at dealing with artists. So I just walked away from everything. Like I was managing a singer that we was writing for Miss Jones, and Dougie, she was Dougie Fresh's artist slash girlfriend. And once I got away from that music industry, because I seen how people was trying to claim shit, and somebody sampled something of mine and gave it to the Lost Boys, had to take them to like, it's been crazy. This music industry is crazy. So I'm known for being a lyricist and also a video person. But to be honest, I really never really wanted to be in front of the camera. It just happened like that. But I just wish that the music industry was more safer. Now, you know, women get opportunities, you know, they could produce. You got people like Missy, you know, but they didn't, it wasn't like that, like about 25, 30 years ago. Like it was really a man's world. Like you really had to like lay up with people. A lot of these girls that you see out here, they went to bed with these guys, you know, like a lot of these guys, they bent over. That's how this music industry is. Like it's ruled by gay Jewish men. I'm telling you. And if you ain't doing what they say, you ain't getting no play. And that's the truth. And nobody talks about it. But see, I'm not afraid to speak up because, you know, I did my dues. You know what I'm saying? But this music industry is not good. And now with the new stuff that's out, I'm just very like unimpressed. Like I'm not impressed with none of this music no more. Like it's very vile. It's very disgusting. Like people can't really sing. They're singing. Everybody sounds the same. Everybody rapping about the same thing. Everybody want to sound like a country rapper. All this killing, shooting up, hoeing, like that's not hip hop. So I'm like, this ain't real music. I just want real music to come back. But I guess those days are gone. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But these people not gonna be around. That we like very few people that's out right now will be considered classics in 25, 30 years. By the time you my age, you're gonna be looking back saying, wow, I remember when. You're gonna remember me telling you this. The music that's out today is not gonna be around forever. I'm telling you, because it's vile, it's disgusting, everything is about drugs. And I'm telling you, hip hop, even though hip hop was talking about getting out the hood and all of that, but it was never about killing nobody, shooting somebody, that drill music. Like, it wasn't all about the gangs, you know. It's just messed up right now. It's like no love. Like, everybody mad.
Very well said. That's very
Huh?
well said about that. I said very well said. How you look at it too.
I don't know. But you an artist too, right?
Yes, I'm an independent artist.
What type of stuff you do? Hip hop or you singing?
I do everything. I do reggae. I do hip hop. You know, a little bit of production here and there, and I make anthem songs, and I come up with my own budget, and I just knock down doors and do what I could do. You know, that's how I'm known in my own way. Of probably see me at Power 105, 107, or probably see my footages of doing things of that nature.
But why? What do
But
you do at? What do you do at the
huh?
radio stations?
What I mean, like as an independent artist would do. You say who you are, what song you just accomplished, and how you could get it streamed and that type of nature. I never got too far of saying I wanted a record label because, like you said, I have an insight for those type of things. I always wanted to be independent and see what that journey is, and it got me this far, which I'm very happy because I didn't have to kiss ass or anything like that. I always was my own writer. I knew what units I wanted to attract. I knew that I'm my own competition of the music I was making. And the music I was making, nobody was making. So that's how I got to where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
People wasn't making anthems. People was making more like, what they call that? Like, you know, those gimmick songs and stuff of that nature. But I ain't knocking nobody else. Everybody got their own,
Yeah.
you know, but to each his own, you know, you just gotta know where you fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Your time will come. Right. So my first song that got played a lot was called Throw Your Hands Up. That was fire. And then I got like 12 mixtapes to like all crazy stuff. So thank God I just had my days, my times, you know what I'm saying? I did a couple of songs in front of my grandmother, performed in front of her. That was one of my main encouragements. She used to come to my father's church. At the church, I said, Grandma, I got another song. She's like, let me hear it, baby. I said, okay. We pull up in her van. That's back when she used to have the CDs. Put it in CD, let it play. So now, Grandma, skip that one. On the next one. All right, she listened to it. Said, all right, this one is cool. This one right here. This one's called Throw Your Hands Up. She listened to it. She vibe out. She gave her opinion. You could turn it up more. You could fix this, fix that. I said, okay, Grandma. And I just, the following days in the week, whatever encouragement she gave me on that Sunday, I took heed to it and really stepped it up, you know?
Her ear was incredible.
Right. Very true. Very true.
You know.
She always kept, they said, keep it real. She definitely should. Yeah, that sounds great, but tune it up. That sounds good. Change that. That sounds good, but if you mix this with this, it sounds better. X I said, okay, definitely. However I could do it, and I told the engineer this how it should be done with my energy as well. We're gonna make it happen.
It's funny because I keep a lot of answering machine messages, and I have a message from her that I kept, and I keep making sure it's still there because when I record my spoken word, well, I guess I'm still calling the CD. But when I record my spoken word CD, because, you know, something is telling me, God is like telling me, like, you got to try one more time to finish your mission. And I said, I'm going to put her voice on there, you know, her calling me. Yeah.
That's deep.
Deep. So I said, because I still have her voice. Like, I have a thing where I keep people's voices because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how long you're gonna have with people. Your grandmother lived a long time though, but
yeah, definitely. I'm happy for her legacy too.
She helped a lot of people, you know, and I just feel like people don't appreciate female producers. Like she was a real musician, you know.
I went to her house on a summery day, surprised her, and I said, Grandma, I'm gonna do a documentary right now in your house. She said, okay, baby. I said, all right, Grandma. I said, so first thing I gotta do is just gotta, I was a kid. I was more like, I think I was probably like 18 or 17 around that time. I think I came from Brooklyn, I believe, all the way to Harlem. Knocked on Grandma's door, X, Y, and Z. I think Romy answered the door. Or was it Darnell? Either one. When I got up in there, I said, Grandma, I had so much energy. So what I did is that I just gave like what they call that? Like a vision, like, Grandma, I got a vision right now. I mean, I didn't even know the word documentary. I just said, let me just get around the house and just because in her house, she got so much stuff that make you encouraged to do music. So I said, as a youth, let me do something with this, you know? So she had 2 pianos. She had the plaques in the house. She had the studio in the back room, you know, which everybody recorded and produced and mixed up, you know, and that type of nature. And to this day, I always watch it on YouTube. I said, wow, man, I miss Grandma. Like, I'm happy that God let me to do that, because that's right there.
Wait, so
That's
you the
historical.
one that did that interview that's on YouTube when she's talking about SWV?
No, that was a personal interview with SWV people, I believe. That was like years ago, right? Is that
Oh
the
yeah,
one?
because I was gonna say you was young if you did that.
No, I didn't do that one. Mm-mm.
So the one you did with your grandmother's is still on YouTube?
Yeah, I can send it to you
Yeah,
personally. It's inside of and it's on Facebook too. Yeah, definitely. I'll send it to you, definitely.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I love that lady, man. She
She
did too
definitely opened
much.
up doors to show love. Great cook and all that too.
Oh
She loved to
God,
cook.
you think she could cook?
Mm-hmm.
And she took
Peach
care of
cobbler. Oof.
so many
Yeah, soul
people.
food. Mm.
She took care of so many people. Oh my God.
Yes, and always had an open door, open heart. You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
always open doors and open hearts.
Yeah. Yep. And she loved God.
Yes, very true.
So what?
Long live Mrs. V and her
So
legacy.
you won't find another one like her.
Wow.
That breed is long gone. Like that's the end of an era.
Mm.
You know, like she was in a group herself. Like she's like a legend.
Wow.
And the lady that I had with me at her funeral is a Broadway playwright, but they wrote songs together. Like before
Mm.
you and
I
I
didn't even
were
know.
born.
Wow.
So,
Before our time.
yeah, so and I got you about 30 years, I think.
Okay. I just turned 36. So around
Wow.
there. Right.
I'm 36 years older than you. No, I'm 26 years older than you.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Right.
And
It looks
and
our time catching.
30
Yeah.
years ago is when I worked with Donald D. So
Mm.
you was just being born.
Right.
Crazy.
Literally.
And now look at you interviewing me. That's
Wow.
crazy.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Blessings. We have so much in common, you know?
Yeah, but so
So
I feel like I'm interviewing you.
let me ask you a few questions for the fans as well as watching us. So first of all, for those that's watching us, what's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah, for those that's watching us.
Darlene Lewis.
Lewis. For those that's watching us, what is your hometown?
My hometown is New York City and Virginia.
Virginia. Wow. How was your high school days in Martin Luther King High School?
How was it?
Yes.
I was a terror. They called me Lobo, which means wolf in Espanol. I had a crew of girls, and we started the trend of dressing nice in King, Martin Luther
Wow.
King. Like, I was the second graduating class. It was a new school when I went there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we did hooky parties. I was a cheerleader, booster.
Nice.
Yeah, but I was modeling back and forth. So, I was really, really involved with a lot of stuff. I was writing in high school, publishing poems and stuff. but I also was a terror.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then how did you get into studying forensic science at CUNY John Jay?
Oh, you really doing your research. Well, after I graduated from BMCC, they messed up my records and I was supposed to go to City College, but they transferred me to John Jay for a semester. So those classes was all that was there: forensic science, sociology, anthropology, and music. So I did that for one semester until they was able to transfer me to City College, where I majored in film.
Wow, that's a blessing. And it also states from my question is that when you studied business management and techniques at Borough Manhattan Community College,
Mm-hmm.
at that point in time, was you more into film? Did you have the heart to do books and film at the same time when
Well,
you was in
film,
it, or like
I was
after?
doing film before I went to college.
Okay.
Like I said, I started doing video shows in 1985. And we built a TV studio at BMCC. You know, we had like a video crew called the ENG, Electronic News Gathering Club. But I also was the poetry editor of the student government newspaper. So I always was involved with some type of media where there was writing. But business
I had a
management, I
writer.
always liked business because my family always liked business. And that's the way I was raised, to be a business person. So that was like my backup, you know. And
Period.
even though I was artistic, but business, you know, finance, that's really my strong point.
Okay. I have so many questions.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into it. What was your first book published?
The first book I did was called A Kiss Is Not a Contract, which are short stories that I wrote. I don't even know when it was published because when I first did it, I printed them out and was selling them on 125th Street with my twins, when my twins were like 4 years old. So I guess it would be like 96. Yeah, I have 8 books out.
Yes. And how did you become the founder of your other book, the Literally Ladies
The
book tour?
Literary Ladies Book Tour. That's a tour I created to help authors promote their books and to get their books in a bookstore, because when I was trying to do self-publishing, nobody helped me.
Wow.
So I said, it's not right that authors are out here and nobody's helping them, and I never wanted to sign a publishing deal. I never really wanted to go with a major. I always wanted to do my own thing. So that's why I did the Literary Ladies Book Tour, and I have a lot of authors down with me.
Wow, that is a blessing. So do you feel like being an author is like one of the top things that you accomplished, or it just came to you? Or?
Well, I'm a writer, so being an author, I just always wanted to see my name in print. Or like when I used to watch movies, I used to always wait for the credits to see who the writer was. So I always wanted to make my mom proud, because I always felt like,
very well said.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always was trying to
Yes.
impress her. And because she was a good writer, but she never did nothing with her writing. And but I've been writing since I was 8 years old.
Wow, that's very amazing.
I was 17.
That is amazing.
But I don't think that's my strongest. I think I'm a better lyricist. Well, I'm a better poet than I am a novelist, because I don't really like writing fiction. I like nonfiction. I had a hard time with A Kiss Is Not a Contract, because what I had to do was I took real stories and changed the name so people wouldn't kill me. And it's hard for me to write fiction. My imagination is not that great,
That's real. I like that. How did you become a media coordinator for Hands That Make a Difference?
Hands to Make a Difference is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that my cousin Lisa, like I told you before, Lisa is the best friends when they was little of Val. Lisa used to go with D. Ferg. I don't know if you know who D. Ferg is. He's the father
That's
of
the
ASAP Ferg.
ASAP Rocky Ferg, right?
Yeah, but
Not ASAP Rocky Ferg. What's the other one? The chubby one.
ASAP Ferg.
Okay.
That his father is D. Ferg, who was a designer. And so it was Lisa. Lisa is my cousin. She's you know, we've been doing business since we was little kids. Like we always worked together, me, her, and then God bless the dead Tony Ray, who played in Fame. His mother was Jean Ray, and Jean Ray and my aunt Dolores were close. You know, they were bad girls.
Wow.
And so Lisa and I always were working together since we was kids. We've always like did things, and she always liked working with youth. She's a basketball player. Like she was playing basketball before there was a WNBA. And so I'm not just a media coordinator with them. I started out doing like grant research. And then I started working on anti-violence initiatives because I noticed that kids were like wilding. And so I'm a ranger, you know, with the Parks Department. And because I made a lot of arrests, and most of the kids, you know, that I've been able to like mentor,
Change. Right.
you know, they have violent tendencies. So I brought something called Save Our Seeds to Hands That Make a Difference. She liked it. She said, okay, well, you know, I said, I want to work with 16 to 24-year-olds, teach them job readiness, financial literacy, and we're going to do anti-violence public service announcements. And so she gave me a space. So I have a space on Tuesdays and Thursdays. She has the after school program with the kids from age 5 to 14, and I have the 15 to 24-year-olds. So she's uptown, I'm on 127. 2 days a week. And we give them a stipend, you know, as an incentive for them to come. And we teach them financial literacy, you know, job readiness. I have a different mentors zooming in, and they're learning how to make their own perfume and body cream so they could become independent, you know, aromatherapy and perfumes, you know, they learning how to do that. Then I take them to the garden, and they learning about, they grow their own vegetables. You know, we have a garden up here where I live. So we have them put their hand, because that's what saved me, because I was a wild child. You know, my mother put me in karate, you know, and because I had rage, and which a lot of people don't really know, because I was always like a nerd, but I had very bad anger management. And so my mother had put me in karate and dance and sent me to Virginia often every break. So that's what saved me, like being on the farm, putting my hand in dirt, you know, learning how to grow stuff, slaughter animals, feed yourself, you know. Everything was all about like taking care of yourself. So these kids, I find that like a lot of them are ex-gang members or was in foster care or they on probation. You know, they just need something to do, you know, and we give them a little stipend.
Recreation wise, right.
And, you know, we get grants, and we be able to pay them. Just a little bit, then we refer them to different places for help, teen, you know, it's just a lot. Like a lot of them really are messed up out here. A lot of these kids' parents really screwed them up, you know, so.
God bless the youth for a while. How did you get into the Celebrity Showcase television on air as a personality producer?
I created that show in 2004 after I decided to get out of the music industry again. Because like I said, music industry keep calling me back. So I used to, like I said, from 85 to 92, I was doing public access TV shows. So I went down to, I decided that I just wanted to do my own thing again, but I wanted to do it my way, because I had producers before, but I said, I'm gonna do my own thing. I got my own old footage from the 80s, lot of these rappers, you know, from the 80s, they weren't getting any exposure.
Mm.
So I said, I'm gonna do celebrity showcase. I'm like showcase them, you know, interview all of the old school rappers, and then, you know, just give them, like, put them back in the forefront. But then after a
Right.
while,
Right.
the showcase turned into more than just entertainment.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's how I got involved. So it's been 18 years, September, I've had that show. That's crazy.
Oh, 18 years. That's a blessing plus more.
Yeah, so right now what I do is, because I have podcasts and online radio show. Like I had a radio show since 2009. So what I do is people that advertise on my radio show, I give them free TV exposure.
Oh,
So that's how
wow.
I get people in. Or like if people hire me to just create their websites, then I give them free TV exposure. You know.
Oh, that's a blessing.
And the authors, you know, when they register, they pay their fee. You know, I promote them on my radio show. Then I promote them on my TV show. So the
Right.
TV show I'm using as a vehicle for advertising and promotions.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's what.
How did you become the head writer for Lulu? Lulu.
I'm not the head writer. My books are published on Lulu.
Okay.
I discovered Lulu, how I got involved with Lulu. My friend, who is a legendary photographer, his name is Ernie Panicchioli. He had some books out with, because you know he's like the original hip hop photographer. He had some
Wow.
books out, and he was like, you know, you write, you know, you should take, you know, your experience and try to write some books or write a book.
Mm.
But I didn't listen to him. And then one day my cousin was like, you know, you should write a book because you be knowing too much. So that's how it happened. And I went through a lot of different publishing places, dealt with a lot of editors that screwed me around. They really didn't edit my stuff right. Lulu is the only publishing print on demand that allowed me to format the way I needed to. And I started out, it wasn't that great. I've gotten better because self-publishing is real hard. It's really hard. It's not easy at all. You know, you have to determine, you pick how much you want stuff to cost, and then they mark the price up. You know, then you got to decide whether or not you want to use their ISBN. Then the good thing is they distribute your stuff everywhere. So it's a good thing, you know. So yeah, and that's been since since 2003. I've been with them.
Wow, that's a blessing.
Yeah, I've been writing. Now I have like 7 authors that I've helped get on them.
Ooh, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
I know they appreciate all the love that you open doors for them.
Yeah, because 2 or 3 of them shouted me out in their book, and I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know they was gonna do that. I was like, but I understand, you know, I understand because like my friend is Terry Woods, who wrote the book True to the Game, like, and she didn't want to put my stuff out. She was like, no, I don't want to mess our friendship up. Wow. And I'm glad I didn't sign with her because she wound up getting robbed and robbing her. But that's what happened, you know, but it's for so much. I rather own my own stuff.
Right, period.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us what is Future Network Productions?
Wow, that's funny. So Future Network Productions started when I was in BMCC. I had to do a business plan in order to graduate because business management. So we had to like create a business. And so that was the name that I came up with because I was always thinking about the future and I like to network and I was a producer. So
break it down. Right.
And so 1989, I created that. And then I decided to keep it and get it registered as a business.
Wow.
And that's been my management. It started out as a management company. Then I wound up doing like web design. Then, so everything I do is under Future Network Productions.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is a blessing.
that's the actual business. I have a new business now called the Pretty Girl Collection LLC.
But do you feel like you can manage artists in this type of day if they change
No,
their ways?
I'm never gonna manage an artist again. I'll refer them to like lawyers or managers and get like maybe a PC like points, you know, or for something. But I would never, like, I have a producer. I think I sent you his website. I designed his website, and he's very incredible. But artists are very, very ungrateful, and I lost a lot of money managing artists. And I focused on me because I think I was the most talented one. I think I wanted it more than they did. A lot of artists don't want to put in the work.
Oh.
You know, and I work hard. Like, I work when people sleep. You know, so
I think like I was always told like artists who look for management is like those who really believe in themselves, or more like they got a hit, or is it more like they just need vision?
I
What you think?
I like working with people that are independent, because when they're not independent, they want you to do everything. And I don't have the patience. Like, my thing is, if you hungry, you will work for it. Like, nothing's gonna come to you. And people have it a little messed up. Like, they think you're gonna get instant gratification. You know, like, people don't care about like long like LPs anymore. Like, record companies just want one record, and they ride that for like 8-9 months, and then it's not like it used to be where you had to have 16 songs, 15 songs. You know, it's not the same. You know, and people don't put. I'm not really impressed with any of the music that's out. Like, there's one or two artists that I've been checking out, like Perry Jones, Orange Juice Jones' daughter. I've been like putting her involved with stuff. She could really sing. But I'm really not impressed with the music industry. That's why I'm working on a spoken word CD, because I was like, I gotta put my poems out. So I'm focused on me. You know? And I have to be like that because I spent years pushing artists that didn't appreciate it. And when you do that, you waste a lot of time. You know, but I love music. Like, I will always love music. And a lot of my friends are legends of R&B and hip hop. And so, you know, I can easily like call certain people and be like, can I sample some of your stuff? You know, like, I already got blessings from certain people, you know what I'm saying, where I could sample their stuff. And like, it's crazy because a lot of times I'm friends with people I didn't even know they created certain songs. Like, I know Ron Lawrence, who did he was a bad boy, like one of the hitmen. He did the entire song for Biggie. He did Faith Evans' song, I Never Knew Love Like This. I don't know if you know about Bad Boy Entertainment.
The original Bad Boy Entertainment Records?
Yeah.
Right, right.
So Hypnotize, you know, the Biggie, Can't You See?
Can't You See?
Right. So that music, you know, Ron Lawrence did that. But Ron also did Money, Power, Respect with the Locks and Little Kim and DMX. I didn't know he sampled my friend's song, Dexter Wanzel. So I'm like, hold up. I didn't know that is Dexter Wanzel. So I didn't think, you know, like, you know people, but you really don't know their works because you're not dealing with them on a music level. Wow. Crazy. And I'm interviewing Dexter, so he's playing his music, and I'm like, da, 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 da. And I'm like, hold up. Power, respect. I'm like, come on, Ron. Crazy.
Right.
So that's
So,
the type of stuff that happens to me. Like I'll be around people I didn't even know. Like when I was working with Strafe, who made Set It Off, I didn't know he was famous.
wow.
He was just producing me and my friend Peaches, you know, like I didn't know because I'm not really starstruck. So people deal with me because I'm regular smegular. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like
Right.
Hollywood. And so they come at me natural. But I it's amazing how many people I know that if I was to call them right now and be like, I need to sample your stuff, they would be like, go ahead, whatever you want to do. I'm like, I'm calling in my marker now. Cause I could have did this like in the 90s, but artists didn't appreciate it.
Wow.
You know, I almost was gonna have an artist on Big L's stuff. That was my little man, you know, and they killed him. And I helped him
I
get
got
in
a chance to record in his studio too with I think it's Dig It in the Creeks with Fat Joe.
Yeah. Oh, with Diamond.
Huh?
Diamond, that was his name. The one that did the music. In the Bronx?
Oh, yeah, I went to the studio. DITCH,
Yeah.
Dig It in the
That's
Creeks.
Diamond. That's Diamond. You got Showbiz, AG, Fat Joe. What's that dude name? Dark skin dude. God. It'll come to me.
I got to meet what's that guy who produced for Biggie Smalls and them? Anthony Mosley. AB Money.
He did what?
I got to meet AB Money.
That name does not sound familiar for some reason.
He produced for Biggie and Tupac.
AB Money? Nah, what he did? I don't know him. Is he an older guy?
Yeah, he's a pioneer too. He's coming up in age. Definitely made a lot of stuff done.
Really? I don't know why
Yeah.
that name sounds familiar a little bit. But I, you know, like I said, I don't really know. I know people when I see them.
Right. Another question too.
Now, how long
How
is
did
this
you?
video going to be? Is this recording?
Yes, this is recorded. As
Oh,
far
okay,
as
good.
Facebook is, yeah.
So I'll be able to
How,
see it.
yes,
Okay.
and you have your personal copy as well.
Oh, great. Now,
How did you get into Blog Talk Radio?
huh?
How did you get into Blog Talk Radio?
I was in a car accident and I was laid up and I needed something to do. And I just needed something to do. And so I wanted to make money and I couldn't get out to the studio, TV show all the time, but I said I could interview people on the radio. And I originally was going to do it just to promote my poems and read articles and read portions of my books. Like back in the day when you look at old movies, you'll hear people talking and they'll be acting out stories and stuff. And I was going to do that. I was going to just do like an audio radio show of my books. But then once I seen that they give you a dashboard and a phone number, I was like, oh, I could make money with this. And that's how it happened. But I was laid up. I couldn't walk.
God is a miracle.
Huh?
I say God is amazing. Miracles.
That's how I wound up creating the app that I have. I had a, heart condition, laying up in the hospital, needed something to like walking back and forth, and I heard them saying, oh, how do you get here? How do you get there? And I was like, oh, I need to create an app for these tourists. Like I said, things just happen like that. Like I don't be really planning nothing. Something just spark something in my brain and then I'll just do it.
Do it. Can you enlighten us about Harlem Stoop Talk?
About who?
Can you lighten us about Harlem Stoop Talk?
Harlem Stoop Talk. That's produced under Celebrity Showcase TV. Basically, I talk to legends in Harlem about, you know, whatever they into. You know,
Wow.
I created a streaming service similar to Netflix, and so I let people purchase that Harlem Stoop
Revenues.
Talk on there.
Right. Wow, that's a blessing. You way ahead of the game. That's what people look forward to.
Well, you know, Monique was begging Netflix for money, and I was like, why do we as black people always think that we gotta go to these fucking Jews to get stuff done? Like, we could do our
Make your
own thing.
Right.
We just gotta have faith, and we gotta work together.
Patience. Right.
That's it. Just gotta do the work. Nobody wants to put in the work. And I'm like, how can I do this with no money? And you got all the money and you can't do it.
Big question mark.
People lazy. But you know, I can't really fault too many people because I have a head start. You know, I had access to video at a very young age.
Right.
I had access to music at a very young age. So I'm, you know, I'm hands-on. You know, I started out with typewriters and then computers. So I'm like a geek. So stuff just comes natural to me. You know, people my age, a lot of them are not savvy at all. Technically, you know, savvy, like,
because of the age, right?
You know, and I'm considered a senior citizen when you think about it.
But you're still on point. I feel you.
You know, so.
Right.
So this is my company, the Pretty Girl Collection.
Major salute to the Pretty Girl Collection, CEO Darlene Lewis, New York City Stand Up.
Yes, press on nails, pretty and press on nails, because these agents is trying to get all the money, and I'm like, listen, y'all don't need to spend all that money with them. Y'all can order nails. I got stuff that look just as pretty.
Right, get that different currency.
You know, and we gotta support each other. We gotta start doing our own things. You know, business is what it is. You know, I'm a business person, and
right.
have,
appreciate your time too.
You know, so yeah. So now you know all my business.
I'm so highly appreciative, you know, because like this is priceless. You know what I'm saying? You're like you are a pioneer. You are a boss lady. You are someone that knows what they wanted to do ahead of time. You know.
You're the second person today that called me a pioneer. I feel old now.
But you know, everyone, your work speaks high for you. So everything starts from a beginning, middle, and end. So your beginning is fire, and where you at right now, you can put that together. It really makes sense because you're still here in the land of living. You still got a whole lot of stuff that's under your name, things that you had your foot in, get wet, you know, and you know what it was, what it's not meant for you. You could tell what's right and what's wrong, you know. And you don't sugarcoat nothing. That's what people look for, you know what I'm saying? So that's the best thing about you too, you know. You keep it on point, you know. You're someone that say, yo, this is the right direction, go that way. More than someone that say, take the elevator, escalator, and the second stairs to the right. Something, you know. You get a
discipline.
Period.
Discipline. It's all about discipline, you know. It's discipline. You got to be disciplined.
Wow.
You know, and focus. That's it. And you can't let nobody mess with your self-esteem. You know, if people that add into your worth, then they are a liability. That's it, point blank. Like, I don't waste time because I've almost died so many times. So I'm like, you know, when you know, like I tell everybody, when I wake up and I'm like, oh God, I got more stuff left. I'm like, what else can I do? You know, because God is keeping me here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because I have looked at death several times.
Right.
you know. And
I had got the chance to meet Gerald Keefe, the original G Money.
real, oh yeah, somebody introduced me to him online. He's from New Jack City.
Yes, I got to meet him too. And I also got to do his showcase at the Cutting Room in the city. It was very great.
Really?
Yeah, it's got to perform in front of a few legendary people as well too. And I was happy that you said that New Jack City. I said, yeah, I did meet someone from New Jack City one time in my life.
Well,
And I definitely got to meet him.
he says the original, he's the original G Money that they're talking about, but the original G Money in New Jack City was murdered.
Right.
So
On the roof, yeah.
So I don't know.
And I got to meet the real who I met that day too. I got to meet the real Radio Raheem that day too. Tall black guy.
That's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
took a picture with him too. I remember that day like it was yesterday.
That's crazy.
I said, wow. He said, you know who I am? I said, no. He told me. I said, what? I said, wow. He got the white hair, nice white fitted. It was an all white event. I said, wow, God is amazing, man. Thank you for that encouragement too.
Glasses is crazy. Hold on, let me change it. Let me changing up, trying to see.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is Professor Lewis.
I like that. He called me a guard. He said that this is Professor Lewis. I said I like that.
Yeah. So well, this has been great. Is there anything else you need from me?
Well, first of all, I always like to do interviews and let those who's watching help the guests. So do you have any donations where you would like, or you could tell them how they could get your donation information so they could send you something to your
That would be great. Oh wow. Okay, well my Cash App is $Darlene360 if they'd like it. But I also have a podcast.
Nice.
Called The Really Real Talk. The Really Real
Talk podcast.
On Anchor.fm. Actually, it's on 9 different platforms, but Anchor.fm/The Really Real Talk. And real is REEL. And I put like exclusive. Matter of fact, I got an interview of your uncle on there with B Fat.
Wow. Shout out to B Fats and all his children. Super Peace, Grandma, we love you to life. Long live your legacy, Mrs. V. Shout out to my pops, Bishop. Shout out to everybody in rightful places, man. This is a great interview with the legendary one and only CEO, Darlene Lewis. She has everything going for her. Support her nail company, support her book company, support whatever she got going on, support her podcast, tune in, become a new fan, become a new friend, whatever she's looking for. Help her, support, encourage one another, each one teach one. This interview was fire. I got people putting likes in. Okay, you got people watching. Salute. Also too, once I configure this, I'm gonna turn this into an audio and also send that to you as well. So we have a
yeah, and I could put it on the podcast.
Definitely. And it was very clear as well.
I just sent you the I don't know if you could see that, but that's the podcast right there.
Anchor FM.
Anchor.
I see it. The Really Real Talk.
It's the Really Real Talk.
Really Real Talk. I see that right there. And also put your the pink ladies right there for them so they can see and
the pretty girl collection.
Yes, can you put that right there in the comment and how the ladies can support? Because the people that watch the video, they're gonna look at the comments as well, and it's gonna help it as well.
Okay, hold on, let me.
Appreciate it.
So what made you decide to do this type of work? Now I feel like I'm interviewing you.
The funny thing about what you do is like was doing film, but I was the type to be like, I used to carry them big cameras on Jamaica Avenue and just like, yo, what you do? And they'd be like, I rap, I make books, or clothing designer, and I'm just the type to do it like off, like not making no appointments, and I just walk around with the camera, just put it on you, like what you do, and then I used to have so much footages at the end of the week, I just chop them up and say, yo, I got something to watch, something to promote, something to do. And then from there, people started trickling to me like, yo, bro, I love what you did. I love what you did to my friend stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. And then from there, it got better and better. You know, so it's kind of common that what we have is start off with like footages and stuff of that nature, but music as well, painting, drawing, and that type of nature. Like I came far, and I want to thank everyone that supported me from the beginning and still here in my life. Shout out to everybody that opened up doors for me, everybody that continued to open the doors for me, because you know life is what you make it, and you know we also we could do. You know, so once again, I want to shout out to everybody that tuned into this fire interview with the one and only Darlene Lewis. She has so much going on. Please support. Watch this interview 10 times. Share it so many times. You already know. Comment, all of that. And if y'all
Thank
are wondering
you.
what show this is the Tim TV NYC 24-hour platform. And once again, shouts to CEO Darlene Lewis, who has so many corporations and things going on
No,
for
I
her.
don't.
And I learned so
I
much.
don't have.
I learned so much in the interview.
I don't have that many, but thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to send stuff to you, but I don't know if it went
Far as
through.
what, inside the comments or the messenger?
I didn't hear you.
You sending it through the comments or the messenger? You mean? Or?
I don't know what's going on. This phone is breaking up. I just sent you some. It said it's sent. So, but thank you so much for actually taking this time out to to give me a look, the exposure and
Mm-hmm.
taking the time out and shoot, just talking about everything that I've done made tired.
Right.
So, but I
Whoever's watching this, I
appreciate
hope that
everything.
we encourage somebody, enlighten somebody in this interview, because that's what it's all about, to encourage, and knowledge is wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Also, we just had an interview talked about alopecia. That was great. If you got to see that, it was real good. And
Yeah,
we
that
had a
was
guest,
great.
Angie Davis.
That was a very enlightening interview, very informative, because that happened to me before.
Wow.
That
What
happened,
part or
but
what?
that happens a
Exactly.
lot to females.
Mm.
Yeah, that happens a lot to females, but then I started using like natural stuff, and I don't know whether
Okay.
you see me promoting butter by cable, but the same person that zooms in for the youth, she has like a whole natural products, and I've been promoting her stuff. I interviewed her too. I'll send you a link,
Mm.
because and I've been using that stuff, whatever she used, and my edges came back. And then like we all like to do like the different looks with the hair and stuff, but I find that if you use like eggs as an adhesive, it's better than that glue. And that glue is taking people hair out. The braids is too tight, it's pulling your edges out. And just
Mm.
some people just have male pattern baldness because it's hereditary, lack of testosterone. Stress could do that. But that was a very informative interview. And like I said on your thing, I was gonna do that years ago, shave my head, but my scalp is bright. Cause this is like a whole nother color from going to DR every year. My scalp
Right.
is like 3 shades lighter, so I would look really crazy. Like if you see my real complexion, you'll be like, oh no. It just would look crazy. But and plus I don't have the good head for that type of, but that girl who you had, she has a nice head. So she could get away with that. you know.
That's what she said too, you know.
Yeah, she
So you
lucky.
just gotta embrace it.
Yeah, but I got a peanut head. I can't do that. And plus my scalp is
Funny.
too white.
Uh,
But anyway, so are we finished?
is there any other far as the any other events you have going on before the summer's over that you would like to
Oh
encourage
well,
anybody to come to
well,
or anything of that nature?
we just did the literary ladies book tour at Sisters Bookstore, and then I'm doing I was invited to do an ordination, you know, an apostle that I grew up with. She is she's about to have another pastor ordained in Georgia, and so they
Wow.
invited my books for me to come down there to the ordination so that I can promote my books. So I'll be in Georgia or and in a couple of weeks, I'll be out near the Harris Gardens promoting my books and like doing a pop-up in Harlem. So
Right.
I'll let you know about that. But it'll probably, and I'm doing a tea party at the Harris Garden. So,
You party at the Harris Garden.
right, the Harris Garden is where I have like the kids come and they're
And
learning
learn.
about gardening, and we have vegetables
Right.
there. We have all types of vegetables that we're growing, and
Resources.
you gotta eat healthy. We have arugula, we have lettuce, we have mint. I have sage. We have sweet potato, grapes, cucumbers, tomato. The tomatoes are so sweet. And plus regular, you know, flowers and plants. We have mulberry, apples, grapes. The peach tree is dying. I don't know what's going on with that. We have peppers, different green peppers, you know, red peppers. Very natural and very healthy, and much better than going to a supermarket and eating those pesticides.
Pesticide stuff sprayed down, right?
You know, so
Right.
yeah. So I'll let you know when we do the event there, which is gonna be in a couple of weeks. And that's basically.
That's a blessing. That is a blessing. For everyone that's tuning in, Tim TV NYC 24 hours. Please support Darlene Lewis. She has a company called
Future Network.
theprettygirlcollection.com.
Yes.
Go get the nails done, ladies. All colors, ladies. Get them things done. Hit Darlene Lewis up. www.theprettygirlcollection.com. Once again, www.theprettygirlcollection.com. Get them accessories, get them things nice. She got it. I co-sign it. You already know my word is born. You already know. And once again, all donations, hit her up, inbox her, support her journey, support her. Each one teach one. She can't do this by herself. All donations, hit her up. Real talk. If y'all trying to give any donations towards Tim TV NYC 24 hours, $BOWDENTIMTVNYC $Bowden Timothy. Cash App. Other than that, my email is music85years@gmail.com. music85years@gmail.com. You can send me whatever you want. I got you. If you're trying to send me any MP3s for music that you want me to play, I got you. You already know, y'all. It's the one and only Tim TV NYC 24 hours CEO Timothy C. Bowden with the one and only CEO Darlene Lewis. Please support her. She got a phenomenal nail corporation. Fire is called the what? The Pretty Girl Collection, and you can find that at www.theprettygirlcollection.com. Go check that out. I co-sign that. Let her get what she got to get. You heard? Real talk, hold her down, support her. You already know,
Let me
man.
ask you
Never
something.
stop showing love.
Let me ask you something. What borough do you reside in?
I lived in all boroughs. Oh
No,
my
I mean
God.
right
So I'd
now.
be like New York City, but right now I got a crib in the Bronx.
Okay, you ever thought about putting your lives on BronxNet?
Let me know how we could do that. Tell me the budget. I'm with whatever.
You don't need a budget.
Oh, just tell me how to do it, you know.
Just call. All you gotta do is call BronxNet, and being that you live in the Bronx, I
Okay.
think they just make you take like a little training, like a couple of days, so you can learn the equipment. But you don't need it because you edit from home.
Oh,
And
you
then
talking
you,
about Bronx when they give you the equipment like Manhattan Net dot the same
right.
one, but it's oh yeah, they do it like a course, like a production course. And
I
yeah,
don't really know
right.
what
You're
the
very
rules
true.
are. I don't know what the rules are in the Bronx, but I know in Manhattan, you could
The one
either
in
learn.
Manhattan is very nice. Like I
Yeah,
went
that's
there,
the
I
one
seen
I
the
use.
rooms. Right, very nice. I got to meet the first time I went to MNN to that one. I met what's that guy? His name is E. Chris. E. Chris is an extra for Wesley Snipes. E. Chris had invited me to watch him get an interview over there at Manhattan Network. It was phenomenal. And they also let you see how they do the production and how they get people to sit down and how they get the lighting right. And the hospitality there is very nice. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It's
I've
over there
been
by
there.
like the BMW building.
I've been there since 2004.
Wow.
That's where
Very
Celebrity
nice.
Showcase broadcasts from.
Very nice over there. And also shouts to you ever heard of Deborah Coco?
That's my girl. Give me
Okay,
the mic.
definitely. Right. Just give me the mic. I just interviewed her as well too. So we all in the loop, always showing love to each other however we
She
can, you know?
started out as my friend Ralph's intern. She was interning learning how to do stuff. My friend Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Bar.
Musical. Whoo,
So
legendary.
yeah, yeah. She's
We
acting.
also
She's acting. She's in the guy. One of the guys who did my film fest in February has a movie out, and she's in that. So she's been trying to do movie. She's been acting. She has a little radio show and a little. Matter of fact, she's on Bronx Net. Yeah, just give me the mic. She do parties and stuff. She
wow.
reminds me of me when I first started, like going to all of the events, interviewing artists. Like when I see her, I just laugh. I'm like, boy, that's a lot of work. It just takes me back to how I used to be hitting them clubs and hitting the concerts. And
What advice can you give these artists that's doing all these showcases? Is it worth it? Is it good? Is it like a lot of
everything's
people have their
worth
opinion
it.
about showcases?
Anytime you
Okay.
do showcases is worth it because it gives you an opportunity to see how the regular crowd adapts to you, and it helps you get over stage fright. And plus, it's another platform for people to know who you are. You never know who's in the audience.
Right, very true.
When I was managing Melissa, I we never did free shows because I'm strictly business, so I always made sure she got a check, and I always introduce myself to the owner of the club or venue in case they may wanted to hire her in the future, besides the promoter. So it's always good to network. I was always that type of person to showcase. I used to do showcases. I used to do showcases at a lot of places. I would get people to. Matter of fact, I did a showcase with B Fats and Lovebug Starsky called Return to the Car
Wow.
Show. Selling it on my.
Rest in peace, love bug.
Yeah, the Return of the Gong Show. Me and B Fats hosting. I got the legend of hip hop as the judges, and Lovebug Starsky is the DJ. We did
Wow.
it at Entertainers up there on 145th before they closed down. I'm streaming that right now on my streaming platform, The Return of the Gong Show.
Yeah, send me whatever. I'd love to promote it and show love, and
Yeah, I got
this new generation be on the same page.
I forgot to tell you, I also put out a documentary called Harlem Queen Pins. Innocent yet affiliated.
Ah, that's fire.
And I
That
don't know,
sounds like it's
do you know
interesting.
Miss T? Do you know Miss T?
Do I know Mrs. T?
No, Miss T.
Misty. Her name is Misty?
No, Miss T.
Miss T. No.
Okay. Did you see any of the Queen Pins that came on, I think it was BET and on Netflix, where they interview all these girls that was arrested, that was involved with drugs? Anyway, she's on there. She wrote a book called Harlem Heroin. So I interviewed her, and I interviewed, this was during the pandemic when we couldn't go out. So I decided to shoot my TV show on Zoom. And I interviewed about 6 different women, because you hear about the Harlem guys, but you never hear about the females that was caught up in that life.
Right, period.
Part 1 is out with Miss T and this girl named Deja Vu. She's a rapper / clothing designer / hair designer / drug dealer. It's crazy. So that's streaming right now too. So
did you ever meet?
Huh?
Did you ever meet? What's the guy from Harlem that's like an influencer, Dapper Dan? Or do you ever did anything with him? Or
I have
like
some footage of. I interviewed. I was at a event him and Lisa Price did at the Schomburg. I got that on footage. I got that on video. Wow. Yeah, I know. Dapper Dawn's been around a long time. Coincidentally, my ex singing partner's boyfriend was Mitch Green. So you know, Mike Tyson knocked him out. They were in Dapper Dan.
At the time, world. Right.
A lot of stuff happened when you was a little kid.
A lot happened. I'm about to say a lot happened from 1985 to that.
Those were good years.
Yeah, classics. Right.
Those are, you was born around some serious times. So, and for you to be around to see what transpired and to see and to be able to communicate with people that were making moves is a blessing. But anyway,
right.
It's been real. Thank you so much.
It's an honor, Darlene Lewis. And for those, once again, that's tuning in, this is TIMTVNYC 24 hours, CEO Timothy C. Bowden. Please support Darlene Lewis in her brand new The Pretty Girl Collection, which is found at www.theprettygirlcollection.com. Hold her down, real talk. Look in the comments, y'all. It's a lot of information in there. Have a blessed night. Happy Lady Mother's Day to all you queens. Happy Father's Day month to all you kings out there. Everyone have a blessed July 4th. If I don't see y'all after that, have a wonderful Labor Day. Love you to life. Love you to life. Love you to life. Mrs. Darlene Lewis, thank you for your encouragement. From 1985 to 2022. So much knowledge was said tonight. It's an honor.
All right.
Oh, wait, do me a favor. Say Tim TV.
Thank you so much. Huh?
You absolutely. Say Tim TV.
Oh, yes. I want to shout out Tim V. Thank you very much.
Say Tim TV NYC 24 hours.
You're watching Tim TV NYC 24 hours. You heard?
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. With the one and only Darlene Lewis. We in the building. Fire interview, y'all. Share this, comment, like, support, hashtag.
Support your boy. Know. All right.
Real talk. Support Darlene Lewis as well.
All right.
Have a blessed night, everybody. Thank you so much for this wonderful interview. God bless. God is good. God is great. Amen.
Amen.